Oh, everyone's getting checks. Let's do this. This will be a good time for this. I do a little something on Wednesdays called the Economonologue. I have a preview for you. Would you like to hear a preview? Anyone? A little bit? All right. This week the subject is museums. Thank you for the active listening. One guy was like, hey, it's awkwardly silent. All right. Bardstown, Kentucky. It's pretty close to here. Maybe you've been there. It's the Museum of Whiskey History. Yes. Now, there's a lot of history in there. It's a little bit hazy. There's actually no information from 1825 to 1860. It's a total blackout. And there's also a description of how one young law student broke her foot. You see how I improv'd you right into the funny? Thank you. This is awful reactions. All right. I'm sorry, I'm easily distracted. I'm like a monkey. What did your shirt say? Beer point? Beer pong, of course. I'm a fucking old guy and I can't even read that shit. When I was a boy, we didn't have beer pong. We used to have to play quarters. Quarters, anyone? Yeah, this guy back here.
He's the ball guy.
I can't believe I'm one of the old guys now. Fuck. It happened so fast. All right. Now, up the street the other way, Cleveland, you guys have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? You don't like Cleveland? I don't either, and this is one of the reasons. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame closes at what time? Throw out a guess.
5 o'clock.
5:30 p.m. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's when Jimi Hendrix was closing up shop, really? Fucking Hanson stayed open until 9. Stayed open. That's wrong. Stayed up. I don't know what I'm talking about. Can't even say the right words. All right. Thank you. Britt, Iowa. Britt, Iowa has the Hobo Museum. Well, it's really just a park bench. There's a train station there. It's kind of a good... Roswell, New Mexico, of course, has the UFO Museum. Well, some people claim to have been there. I need to see proof. I have... Conspiracy Museum, which is actually Tim Wilson's nickname. Tom will fucking laugh his ass off at that. You can't tell me he won't. Okay. The Conspiracy Museum closed in 2006. I wonder why that was. I would like to go to the Conspiracy Museum. Maybe they have an explanation of how Carson Daly got a show. Yeah. Maybe they would. He has no perceptible skills set at all. Just a square jaw, but shit. The Ventriloquism Museum. The cool thing about that place, the guy who gives the tour does the whole thing while drinking a glass of water. Come on, fuckers. Those are some funny lines in here. I don't know what's... This is a works in progress. You got to have a little more...
Yeah, say that drinking a glass of water.
Yeah, I know, right. See, I cannot do that shit. When you walk in and pay to see the Ventriloquism Museum, who's the dummy now? All right. Also near here, you guys, not here exactly, but Kentucky, I believe, has the Creationism Museum.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Where is it? How far away is it?
Yeah. 15 miles.
15 miles?
30 max.
I'm... That's a fucking debate broke out. What was... It's not that important.
Dinosaurs.
Right, there's like a guy riding a dinosaur, right?
With people.
With people, dinosaurs and people together.
Yes.
Just like this says in the Bible. It's so bizarre. I so want to go there. The weird thing about the Creationism Museum, it was built over time. It didn't just appear there. I would like to go there and protest and insist that they also mention Darwinism. You guys are so hot cold with what you like. It's hard to get a reading on what's happening here. All right. So Caroline and I went to Italy, and we were, it was a lot of eating and gelato and fucking ravioli, and then shoe shopping and purses and shit. And I finally talked to her. Yeah, believe me, that wasn't my idea. All right. We finally went to a museum. I was like, we got to get some culture, at least fake it for a couple hours. All right. So we go in this place. They give you earpieces, and you walk around and look at all this broken shit. And it's like this most boring voice on earth. In the 17th century, the monastery. I said they should put a chicken noise in there once in a while, just to make sure that you're awake. And then the Romans, like yes, I'm back in it. I'm alive. Okay. DC is got a slavery museum. It's not finished yet because it's a lot more expensive to build that than it used to be. It's, the union workers are pricey, that's all. Hartford, Connecticut has a trash museum. Yeah, the whole place is made from recycled trash, and kids can play Where's the Rat? That's clearly for suburban kids. Like, I live in New York City, and those kids can play Where's the Rat in the subway any day they want. For free. All right. I've been to this one, and it's fucking great. The Minnesota has the Museum of Questionable Medical Devices. It is awesome. It's all the bullshit shit from all over the years. They literally have a machine that like comes down and measures the shape of your skull, and it spits out an explanation of your personality. It's great. And they also have the Battle Creek Vibratory Chair, which helps relieve constipation. Which is a particularly funny name because Battle Creek is where Kellogg's is based. They're the cereal people. Eat some fucking Raisin Bran and you won't have this problem. Right? Independence, Missouri has the Hair Museum. They have wreaths and jewelry made out of human hair, including a wreath made from the hair of two sisters whose heads were shaved when they entered the convent. Ready for this awful joke? Stay with me, sir. When they shaved their hair for the convent, you know how much hair they had left? None. Baltimore, Maryland, almost done here, has the Museum of Dentistry. Yeah. When you go to the Museum of Dentistry, first they make you wait for an hour. Then you spend most of the time at the Oral Hygienist Museum. And you just get a glimpse of the Museum of Dentistry on the way out. I really like that one, but that's not... I don't think that one's going to make the cut. That's not going to... You're not going to hear that one on Wednesday. Keep it in. Also up the road, the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Yeah, players look really forward to going to Canton, which is pretty much the only time anyone would. All right, and here's a weird little... this is true, actually. This is a weird true story that, again, I'm not sure. I was in the History Museum in D.C. one time, and I was by myself working a club there, and I went, and they had this really big, extra huge display about World War II, and they had the Japanese internment camps and concentration camps and all this stuff, and I was literally crying. I was by myself, and I was walking down the hall, and I turned the corner, and I saw this woman, and I immediately thought, nice ass! It's amazing how fast the human brain, like, shifts gears. It's really a story of the triumph of the human will, I think.